but then the layout is kind of like Facebook. The video hosting is similar. See, the thing is now they're all kind of becoming similar. I just did a video on Twitter earlier today. Like Facebook didn't used to have video that I knew of. Now,
yeah, they're all copying from each other because they go, oh, okay, well, we don't want to lose people because they have that function. So let's
stories.
Exactly. They're all starting to look similar, just like with what Victoria's Secret is going through right now. They're like diversifying their models because to make them more woke. They're adding on like Megyn Rapinoe to be like a face for it. She's not even going to be wearing like the underwear. It's like her and I think Priyanka Chopra Jonas or something. Like they're not like, we're not gonna get to see them naked or in their underwear. They're just gonna be like the woke faces for it, and they're like the models are gonna be more inclusive, different weights now, and they're doing away with like the Victoria's Secret angels, like the big ornate, like the freaking wings and the shows. And I'm like, all these underwear lingerie companies are starting to look exactly like one another. Like, what if I like seeing a bunch of like gorgeous blonde brunette, like, and the models were already diverse to begin with. They were from Brazil, Argentina, like lots of different countries. They just were like all hot and like in good shape. And now they're like, let's mix it up and have some like big fat women in there too. But I'm noticing as a chick, like a lot of these lingerie companies are starting to look the same.
That's weird. Homogeneity, like enforced homogeneity is very weird. It's interesting. That's so weird that like different companies they're trying to get everything and
make everybody happy, but
they're fading into the crowd. That's so interesting.
Cause Victoria's Secret, it's like, I remember being a kid or like growing into be like a woman. And I was like, oh man, like I would see women that are like way better looking than me. That's what makes me want to buy that lingerie. Like I kind of have to see myself like represented in there. I'm not saying like, oh, everyone needs to be all white, but like maybe I liked that. Maybe making it more like diverse alienates some people because they're like, well, I like the old school branding. And it's like, does that make me a terrible person? Does that make me like not woke? I don't know. I guess the market will decide. And I was talking about this, I think yesterday or the other day. I guess the market will decide, like if they tank, then maybe they'll shake it up and go back to how it was. But I don't know. I kind of liked the way they had it. The women were so glamorous. Like I liked that they were all in good shape, that they were all tall. They're all like between 5'9" and 6'2". So I don't know. The more I talk about this, the more people are like, she's a white supremacist. But it's like, I just like this model.
Oh, it's terrible. This whole racist thing is terrible. I was just watching Blazing Saddles earlier. Have you ever seen that movie?
Everybody's so
Dude, you gotta watch
it, but this is like the third time somebody's like, you have to see this movie.
It's so racist. I mean, they dropped the N-bomb so many times. The whole movie, that's what it's about. It's about this black dude that comes to this town in the West, in the Old West, and he's their new sheriff, and they're all super racist. And then Gene Wilder's in it. And it's hilarious. It's amazing. Mel Brooks, one of his best. But this whole like forced homogeneity thing or forced like diversity it seems racist. I don't care I guess I don't really care. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm a product of my time.
Yeah. It seems like you lose your individual branding as a company and everyone's meeting in middle. Everyone's this new uber diverse, not hurting anyone's feelings, letting more fatties in. Like everyone's becoming more of the same thing. Instead of like Victoria's Secret has had their very own distinctive, whether they were like black, white, brown, whatever, the models had a very distinctive, like glamorous, tall, like thin look about them. And they were still like curvy, obviously, like you need boobs, but I don't know. Yeah, I think you lose something in your brand identity in your attempt, and it depends who's in charge, right? But in your attempt to be like inclusive, you become like if everybody was trying to be the Cheesecake Factory and have every type of food rather than just specializing in pizza or specializing in Italian or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Or like if a baseball player wanted to play every position.
Yes.
They probably would not end up being very good at any of them. I mean, maybe you might get the occasional, superhero or like monster that can play everything and chooses one, but they specialize in one or a couple positions. And I feel like companies also benefit from specialization.
Of course. Yeah.
brand marketing. I mean, if you try and appeal to everyone, you're going to miss your target market. I don't know, but I think you can still appeal to everyone with a bunch of white dudes or a bunch of black women or a bunch of kids or a bunch of like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a marketing major. I'm not.
Maybe it's my missing the nostalgia, because what Victoria's Secret brand was when I was like 15, 16 years old. It's like, yeah, maybe because something has nostalgia makes it more important or makes it more valuable.
Yeah, I keep reminding myself of that. Like my obsession with like, oh, it used to be so good. I never want to become that dude. It was like when I was a kid.
But things were better. The 90s were better.
They're pretty badass.